I don't think I told this class anything about it, because I think it all happened since I last saw you. But, no, it's been about 2 weeks. I probably told you something last week. Anyway, so I found a lot of infected colleges, all infected with the same stuff that redirects to Niagara spam, but what happened since then is a few of them finally responded. A few of them cleaned it off, but it just came back. And so now I'm in contact with several of these guys, and I'm forming a working group to try to deal with this. So the big shots like UC Berkeley and MIT are infected, but they won't talk to me because I'm not up to their status. There are some people that have no clue at all. I know the guy who ran security, UC Santa Cruz, and he quit in disgust, telling me it's terrible down there. And I guess he's right, because they have 2,000 infected pages, and nobody there seems to have any clue what to do. But what I found this morning, what I did since yesterday is I've been focusing on finding local San Francisco businesses that are infected to try to get somebody that will trust me enough to let me inside their network. Because we're not infected here. And I need to see this thing from the inside to get samples of the malware to find out what's going on. But this morning, I had a major breakthrough. This college where I teach in Texas is now infected. So Collin County Community College, I teach a lot of classes there. And if you take a look at this, collin.edu, you present yourself to that site. And all you do is search for pages with title Viagra. There you are. 104. It was 300 when I did it before. But anyway, these are ones, when you go to these pages, you see that page. These pages have malware in them, and they will, it's a Russian gang that pretends to be a Canadian pharmacy selling Viagra. And similar scams in the past, people have actually tried buying the Viagra and chemically analyzing it, and they say it's actually pretty good. So they really sell Viagra, but they infect colleges to steal your reputation. The point of this is if I put up a site, CanadaPharmacy24hour.com, your browser will usually block you from going there because it will be flagged as a malware page. And they steal the reputation of the college by bouncing it off college servers first. And they sell the ads. So inside that page, I found codes to track the ads. So, but it's just like any other, like Google AdSense or any other ad business. They have customers, though, these people that pretend to sell Viagra, or maybe they really do sell Viagra, and they pay them like a penny a click to get traffic any way you can. And the way you usually get traffic is by spreading some kind of infection that causes people, servers, to be hijacked. But anyway, it's kind of funny because I think the browser would have blocked this kind of redirect if this page was really known. But this is all bouncing. There's a cool trick. If you have Chrome tools and you want to find out what's going on, you just go here and you turn on developer tools. This is really handy. Developer tools will show you everything in your loaded websites. So now if you go to one of these websites and then you go to network, it will show you what happened. And what happened is it went to something called tracker counts to buy Viagra. And then when I saw this before, it bounced off a page at securedata24.com. And I'm not seeing it clearly here, but the other ones I saw had a 302 redirect. Yeah, 302 redirect here. I think it's the very first one, actually. And so to go to the very first one and view the headers, yeah, which should be here, there. So it's going to tracker counts, and it's then going to Canada Pharmacy 24. Okay, this one's Canada Pharmacy 24 hours, the first bounce. The other one's the first batch I found all went through a server called securedata24.com. And securedata24.com is a domain bought in Singapore that is has no website and never has a website. It was bought on April Fool's Day of this year. And it's used as a bouncer for this malware. Anyway, so it's I think I'm getting to the bottom of this, and if I can get a college to let me inside their network, we can make more progress. Two of the smaller colleges are now sending their tips. But see, the big problem here is if they just infected one page, you could just delete the page and make your done. But it infects your PHP files that poison every page that's in a certain region of your website. And then the big question is, does it take over your machines and go and steal your customer records? Because if it does, that's a big deal. Does it infect more machines and use it to pivot in? That nobody really knows. All that's known is that some of the colleges that cleaned these off got infected again the next day because those just spread back again. And so two of them are now in contact with me, but I'm getting contradictory. University of Arkansas thinks they did not have any remote control or botnet, but Kentucky Wesleyan University said they did find that the infected machines are communicating, calling back home for control to these addresses. And again, those addresses are not known malware. There's just one spam report on one of them, not enough. So all this, and SecurityData24 is not a blocked domain name. So this whole thing, I think, has been going on since April, and it's flown under the radar. And nobody has caught it, and nobody's caught these domains. So if I can, anyway, I found maybe 100 businesses that are affected, but I'm not notifying them anymore because I don't really know what to tell them. I need to talk to people that have a security team that can help figure it out. A random business, I need to wait until we know what to tell them to do. So hopefully I can get some cooperation from somebody inside of college pretty soon. And we can get a working group that will include somebody that will actually analyze internal servers and show us the malware that did this. We can start figuring out what it does. But I think, you know, it's interesting to see how bad it is. If it does spread, then all these people are in deep trouble. They have to like notify all their students that they lost their data and stuff. But I'm kind of guessing that's not true because it looks like it's just an attempt to spread ads, but you really don't know. Anyway, is there anything else exciting in the news? Yet another thing about the NSA hacking everybody, which is getting to be pretty gruesome, but an ordinary day. The FBI had a Twitter feed in other cities, so I checked, and the FBI has a Twitter feed in San Francisco. And so that's interesting to see what they're doing. This is the kind of thing that helping and making me understand these NSA and FBI people's all the rotten stuff you never hear about. Like there's people with holding kids in slavery and getting porn out of them here and importing other people making sex slaves around here and stuff. So that's the other side of this stuff. And if you care about anti-sec, that stuff from a couple of years ago, you can read one side here. This is one of the pro-anti-sec reporters, although she probably wouldn't like me saying that, but she believes Jeremy Hammond is the head of LSEC, got arrested, and he immediately published on Pastebin a story which she believes. And I certainly don't believe, but he claims that the FBI, this is very common, if you go to prison and ask people, not everybody's innocent in prison, one of the things they will often tell you is they were actually working for the cops. And that's what his story is. The FBI recruited us to hack all these foreign websites to place them under control to save the government. And that's what we were really doing. And then they framed us and threw us in prison. So she believes that. This seems to me to be very unlikely to be true, but anyway, you can read her description of her side of it here. And the crypto locker, oh yeah, this one's actually pretty important. This is spreading through Europe, and I think it's beginning to come to America. This is very nasty. You get infected, it encrypts all your files, and you have to pay about $400 to get them back. And like an honest kidnapping gang, they really do give you the key if you pay them money. You have to send them, it was like 2 Bitcoins, but Bitcoin rose so high that would be like $900, and that seemed like too high for them, so they cut it down to half a Bitcoin now. You have to pay them something like $200 or $300, and then they will send you the key, but you have to do that within 3 days. If you wait longer than 3 days before they will delete the key, now they will sell the key, but it costs much more after 3 days. And this has been spreading through Europe, and one American police department paid the ransom to get their stuff back. And various people are saying, hey, wait, you're not supposed to do that. Besides, you wouldn't need to do this if you backed up your stuff. Come on. This is setting a bad example and everything else. But anyway, the reason I'm pointing it out is there is a tool. There's a crypto prevent tool, which I haven't tested, but somebody put it out. Nick Shaw created this thing, and this prevents this attack. This will block the particular registry changes that CryptoLocker. So if you are worried, and maybe you should be, install this thing. Apparently it spreads in email attachments right now, but it's a big hit. They're raking in the money. I wouldn't be surprised if their development team is coming up with new versions to spread by other means. So it might be a good idea to install this crypto prevent. I haven't done it yet, but maybe I should. Anyway, so we're coming to the end here. I guess I might as well just move on with quiz, and then we'll do it. You got any questions about anything?